just walking on the street and I ended up at a baseball game. So maybe I don't know a lot about baseball, but to me this seems odd. Like, there's two teams playing clearly, and then way over here is the team that's at bats fans, and the team that's in the field is where I'm sitting. I didn't realize that you would split a stadium like that. Like, in the States, like, you know, one team could be from Seattle and the other one could be from Los Angeles. Clearly there wouldn't be enough people to fill up the opposing or the visiting team's seats. So I'm assuming maybe both these teams are from... Something good happened for the outfield. Maybe both these teams are from Tokyo or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. One of the teams is called the Swallows, and the other team, I haven't figured that out yet. Okay, so now my side is up the bat here, the Swallows, and everybody over here is being more rambunctious than they were before. And I have figured out the other team name. They are the Tigers. So we've got the Swallows and the Tigers. Couldn't possibly be more generic. I don't know why, but there's a large group of people over here with Canadian flags, and they are not Canadian looking. They're definitely Asian. So maybe one of the players on this team is Canadian or something. I don't know. Whatever. So the team of the... I'm on the side of the arena with the home team, and the people over here are significantly less enthused than the people from the away team, which is interesting. And it's funny because they have the announcer, like, that is explaining intricacies and stuff. She's Japanese, so she's explaining, like, you know, who's coming up to bat and, like, you know, anything that happens. But if something good happens, it's an American guy that comes on, and he's like, he'll be like, fine play, and they'll show the word fine up on this big screen. Or he'll be like, strikeout, and they'll show a giant K up on the screen. It doesn't make sense. This is funny watching them try to integrate English in, and they're using the word fine instead of excellent or great. It's this weird choice of words. So my team over here just scored a run, and everybody got umbrellas out, and they're pumping umbrellas up and down. Oh boy. So they're singing their theme song for the Swallows, and half of it is in Japanese and half of it is in really bad English. And the cheerleading team is a bunch of little girls, like 7-year-olds, called the Sparkles. This girl has got like a portable keg strapped to her back, and she's got a dispenser that she hangs on the front of herself, and she dispenses beer out of it. It's kind of odd. So my beloved Swallows lost 11-4, so that was pretty depressing, if I cared. And what's intriguing is like how polite they are as a group of people, just the Japanese people, that when they're cheering, they're like super, super polite about it. And they're really like, they're excited, but they're not really super excited. And it almost seems like they're kind of at the baseball game just to cheer, and they're not necessarily there for the team. It's strange. It was an interesting environment, a lot different than the Korea World Cup game, let me tell you that. Watch out for the balls. Those are words to live by. So here's a new one. See this stain on this seat? There was this like posh looking girl sitting here, and I mean she just looked like this normal everyday like trendy girl, and she had really short shorts on and like a shirt that was like longer than the shorts, and she started squirming around and like pulled the shirt down like past her shorts and had her hand like in her crotch, and it was really awkward. I was like, whoa, what's this brought up to? And then she's squirming around and she's trying to take off her shorts and like cover herself up a little bit, but I mean she's not doing a very good job of covering herself up. So I mean I'm like sitting here trying not to like look directly in front of me, And then she eventually stands up and comes and sits right next to me. And there's like lots of other spaces to sit. And she's like kind of like gawking at me awkwardly. And I glance over, and that's when I see, you know, that puddle. And I'm like, whoa, what happened here? And then she sits here for a while, and like I move my bag over because, like, I mean, I don't want her puddling all over my bag. I don't know what's going on with this broad. And we were at a couple more stops, and the lady that's sitting there like next to the puddle now, she gets on and sits right in the puddle. I'm like, oh god. I mean, I want to be like, look, don't sit in that puddle, but I mean, she's gonna think I peed there, you know. So she just instantly notices it's wet and scoots over. So sucks to be her. She doesn't know what's going on though. She probably just thinks it's a soda or something. So the girl that's sitting next to me that left the stain in the seat, she like a couple stops later, like really like nervously like gets up and darts out the door. And like on her way out, she drops her ticket. This little thing down here is her fare card to get out of the subway. So I'm not sure what drug she was on, but she is not having a good evening. This is a pair of underwear that says I love dad with a sparkly heart on it. Only in Japan. Also, there's these nubbins here. There's nothing wrong with that.
For more bling.
Is a jar of alcohol from the dollar store a good idea or a bad idea?
So we played around at the dollar store and we managed to find these every burger. We're not really sure what's gonna happen, so Eric, will you pull out the little cartridge? This is lovely. Oh my.
It's just really chocolatey.
It's chocolate with little biscuits and sesame on top.
I don't know what I don't know what this feature is, the cheesy part.
Is it chocolate?
I think so. Yeah, it is. It's just
the sesames are weird. Those are real sesames. I'd say I like them. They taste like Milanos. If you need Milanos and don't want to pay the hefty price, just come to Japan, go to the dollar store. Every burger.
I'm going to take this opportunity to complain about the Tokyo subway system. It's really extensive. It'll get you anywhere you need to go in the city. I mean, there's like a zillion stops. The thing that's stupid about it is that there's two different subway systems, essentially. They're owned by two different people, we think, or two different companies. And if you go from one to the other, you have to buy a specific transfer ticket instead of just paying the fare that's listed on the board. Like you have to click an extra button. It makes no sense. Like it should just know. Like every other subway system in the world, you look at a big map and you click on where you want to go, and it prints your ticket, and you put in your money, and it prints your ticket, and you're done. Here, you have to like look up on a board that's usually not in English, but we can usually figure it out. It's not a big deal. But look up on this big board and then pick where you want to go. And then if it's a line transfer, which you just kind of have to know, you then have to click an extra button in the interface so that it'll print the correct ticket. What does it matter to the user if it's owned by two different people? Who cares? Just let me get on the subway and go. I don't care who gets the money. It's really odd, but it's not horrible in any other way. That part's just kind of annoying. Okay, so this thing is supposed to be owned by the Asahi Beer Company. And let me just read you what it says in the Tokyo tourism guidebook here that they give you. It says, the landmark is a building pretending to be a beer glass with an adjacent big golden object. I don't even know what it is. We've been trying to figure it out for like a week. It's a mystery. So, like right down the street from where we were staying in Tokyo, these pugs are always in this window. Got us some window pugs. It's like where they live. They've got a little fan to keep them cool. And Katie is constantly enthralled. I like the way he's looking at me. You don't want your chips being busted up.
It's just kind of him.
He recommends this.